Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to make your smartphone, regardless of what phone it is, untraceable. iPhone, easy. Android, no problem. Google phone, yeah. Microsoft phone, well, out of business. Today, in Operation Make Your Phone Untraceable. So you might have seen my phone system video right here where I have several phones that I use, or one of my burner phone videos over here. I've done over half a dozen. But what if you have a run-of-the-mill, the latest iPhone that exists, and you want to be able to use it a little bit, but you don't want to be able to be tracked? Now, can you use airplane mode, like you see here? Can you use turning off Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, go to the settings and turn off significant location tracking, turn off all the location trackings? Yeah, you can. There's a lot of settings you need to change on your iPhone or Android phone, and I've done detailed breakdowns and tutorials here on Privacy X, so check them out. But in this video, what if that's just not enough? What if with 5G, the signal strength is too strong? And what if some of the 5G strengths are starting to pierce some Faraday bags? Now, I've done a couple videos here and here about Faraday bags and about how to protect your phone, and it still works 90% of the time. But for people like you and me, 90% might not always be enough. Now, you have to test your signal strength. I've showed you guys how to do that in the past, but in this video, I'm going to show you another option to take it to another level. Now, in the old days, I kid you not, you literally could take a piece of tinfoil like this, you take the phone, you put it in airplane mode, you give it one of these numbers, and welcome to 2G LTE, maybe even 3G, and you're set. I'm dead serious, you were set. By the time 4G came in, you could wrap this several times and it really wasn't enough, and that's really when Faraday bags and blackout bags started to get popular. But now with 5G, things are changing yet again. So what can we do? Well, we need to take it to another level, and that's what we're going to do in today's video with this right here. I'll link it down below so you guys can check it out. But what we're going to do is we are actually going to make our nightly stand for our phone. Now, you could use something like this. You might be thinking, Night Heron, that doesn't look like a good read. Well, I don't know if it is or isn't, but you'll never know because I cut out the pages, and as you can see, it's one of those sneaky books where I can put money or jewelry or, you know, my favorite cassette tape. Whatever I want to put in here, I can put in here, right? Also, I can line it with what I have in here, which is great because you're making your own Faraday cage. Now, you might be thinking, well, Cody, if you're using a book to line it, do books bounce signal? Well, in 3G days, yeah, we could use tinfoil. But tinfoil is not going to work. Books are not going to work. So what we need is a bigger book. This book right here will work. Not because it's big and thick, but because it's metal. And so that's exactly what we want. We've actually got one of these metal safes. They're not very expensive. Bunker Hill safes. I think the word safe is used loosely. This does have a little combo keypad. That's irrelevant. I never lock this. I just locked this and I don't know the combination. I never lock this. Hold on tightly. But I typically, hey, do you know the combination? Take this. See if you can open this for me. All right, while they're opening the safe, I am going to go over this with you and show you what we have, because we're going to use this metal and then we're actually going to use this RFID blocking fabric, and then we are going to use this RFID blocking fabric tape. So we have all the pieces we need. This kit, you can buy different sizes and different kits, and that's an option. Another option you can use is hand me my big option over here. So I'm gonna have them offset, hand me the big option. Hand me the, here's my other Faraday cage. Hand me the Faraday cage. Here's what you could use. You could use this right here. Now you might see that I've got a bug out bag in here right now, right? And this is full of electronics and tech. I got a video coming up on this bug out bag. It isn't finished, it's just a garbage can right now, but I'm gonna show you how I line this garbage can with something that literally nobody could penetrate unless they have some super world technology that doesn't exist. Now the garbage can by itself won't do it as much as I would like it to, but I keep my bug out bag in here full of electronics. Here, take this. Oh yeah. I keep the bug out bag in there full of electronics, and that's an option, but that's more of a next level option. And then my real option, to be brutally honest with you, is my safe. I've got fully lined safes, large safes that I can keep tech and other assets and things like that in there. But these are options that anyone could do, because if I show you safes and things like that, you could spend many thousands of dollars. And for most people, that might not be an option for you. So I'm gonna show you options that anyone can do. Did you get that open? Go ahead and hand me that. Appreciate that. So we got this back open. Let me see the code. I won't. Okay, I see that. I see smart code, Mr. Me. Let me change that so nobody knows my super secret code and can't get into my phones. Now I know my own password. But no, I actually have a couple of these, and you can just open them. You can put your device in here. And the cool thing is that it fits a decent sized device. I also have bigger ones where I can put laptops and things like that, and they genuinely work, but also you can structure them for other devices. Now, I use shielding safes, but again, they're very expensive. If you can afford it, that's what I recommend. And I will be doing a detailed video down the road, but I like to do the entry level first, because I know most people are gonna be more on this level, and it works good. This garbage can build we're gonna do is something I'm actually gonna use. It's not just a video prop. I'm gonna be brutally honest, this is probably not something I'm gonna use, but it's probably something I will give to my kids so they can throw their phones in, just to kind of get them in the habit of understanding. I've obviously locked my kids' phones down at a very high level, so and of course they're on my network, which is very locked down. So it's not about controlling your kids necessarily, it's about controlling the entry point of the data, which is vital. That way they still get the freedom to have their gadgets, but you know that they're safe and secure. And when they're not using them, they can be in a safe and secure location. So what do you need to do with this fabric? Well, I double layer it, and all you need to do is double layer this, cut it out, and insert it in here. And that's literally all you need to do. Now, there are several different ways you can do this. Now, I'm not going to go all out on this build, because literally it's just pasting fabric to the edges of this, and that's all you need to do. You've got to paste fabric to all 6 edges, so the bottom, the sides, and what I do is I overlap by 1 inch. I glue the fabric, okay, and I usually do 2 layers. Glue the fabric, and then I just tape the seams with this tape. That's simply as simple as this. But in an upcoming video, I'm actually gonna be doing this garbage can build, which sounds ridiculous, I know, but wait till you see it. It's actually gonna be kind of cool. So for today's, I'm actually going to have my kids do this as kind of an arts and crafts project, more of like a homeschool arts and crafts project. It'll be pretty fun. But for this situation, and I'll link in the finished project here in a second, but I just wanted to show you guys this so you understand what this is. You can get all the specs and everything. So check out down below, it'll give you all the specs. It's why I double layer it, and the metal shielding alone. Now, a lot of people ask me, well, is something metal that's sealed like this garbage can? In theory, I could use fabric tape and shielding tape around the lid of the garbage can, and it would actually block out a lot of signal, but I'm gonna take it a much deeper step, actually insulated and shielded. Also, you can ground it. Now, there's conflicting data of how much actually grounding a Faraday cage does. It couldn't hurt, and it's not a bad idea, but do you have to get it to work? Of course not. That's not how the signal actually works. But with signal strengths pumping up with 5G and other strengths, it is something that you do want to keep in mind when you're going through this project. So I'm gonna have my kids paste this in right now. I will roll some video at the end, and you guys can check that out. I appreciate you guys checking out this video. Make sure you shield your phones. I don't care if you buy some of this and wrap your phone in it, make your own blackout bag. I had a client recently over in my Ghost program who actually bought some of this and then made his own leather pouch, which was inspiring to me. It's actually something I plan on doing, is making my own leather pouch and using some of this fabric so you could have more of a cool looking, you know, Faraday bag. A lot of them are just that generic nylon stuff or that faux leather stuff, which I don't like. But you do you. You do what you want to do. Appreciate you guys checking out this video. Have an amazing day. I'm going to roll some footage of the finished project my kids did at the end. And stay tuned for more videos on privacy. Privacy is right, and the right needs to be protected. If you don't protect it, I don't protect it. You bet the big governments and the corporations will not protect it. And privacy technology, digital security, and all things being off-grid, nomad, or just frankly self-sufficient is vital here at Privacy X. Appreciate you guys checking out this video, and I will see you in the next video.